The principles are really important because this is what we know from the science of learning, that in fact children have to, is the most important aspects of learning, because that's where children come from with regard to their prior knowledge and their interests, and this is what drives motivation. It also drives future meaning. The others as well all work. You have to work with others, collaborative. Activity is extremely important, and with regard to children thinking ahead of themselves, it has to make a difference for their future. So in a sense then, this is all that we know from the science of learning. Meaning is extremely important, and the reason that exists, either for after school, summer, or other learning, is the mind is involved. And one of the things we know about the mind, it is full of memories, and memories are meaning. And human beings are meaning makers. And so every time somebody engages in something, if they're going to remember it and be aware of it, it has to have a whole lot of meaning for them. In my own view, that means, again, that children have to have the opportunity to talk about what's in their minds, what they're thinking about, and then what sense they're making of it all, irrespective of what an adult or someone else wants them to know. I can give you a very specific example of the importance of meaning. We have a school that serves children, 11-year-olds through now, next year will be 17 and 18. In West Sacramento, California. They're all economically poor kids who happen to be Latina and Latinos mainly, but there are African American and Asian children and youth as well. One of the things, these children have typically not experienced success, nor has their meaning or what they think ever counted. When they first come to us, they struggle somewhat with having to talk about what they know, how they know it, and what they're interested in. However, as they move through it, and now we have examples of it after 5 or 6 years, these young people are very, very, very articulate. They can very quickly pinpoint a question, something they want to investigate, go about and set about doing a real in-depth investigation, not just reading, but going out and investigating something in the real world and thinking like a scientist and an historian and making sense of it, making their own meaning and writing about it. I believe that if most children could do that and youth could do that, the dropout rates that we now have, which are out of sight, especially again for the kids of color who are poor, it would be a way to not only mitigate, but to make sure all children succeed and go on to post-secondary and have the kind of life that were promised in the preamble to the Declaration of Independence, which is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.